Hello guys and welcome back to Repair and Resale. In this video we're taking a look at the Xbox One controller Day 1 edition that we received recently in the subscriber lot. It's having a problem with the left joystick. It's working fine just like this, but when you press it in, it will register false input. And when you shake it, I don't know if you can hear it, but there is a rattling noise. So I'm assuming that this is due to some plastic part that breaks somewhere and that goes into the joystick mechanism, causing it to drift a little bit. And also there was a back cover missing. I got one just right here that will do the job perfectly, and it even have the Xbox logo on it, so it's pretty nice. And as you can see, this controller was never taken apart before because there is no hole on the back sticker. So I'm gonna take this one apart for the first time, and we're gonna see what are the problem with this. As usual, if you want to know how to open your Xbox One controller or how to test it, there will be links in the description below to help you to do so. But as usual, I will cut this part of the video. Everything that was holding the front plate in place is removed. We can just lift this up. We will put it aside and we're gonna take a look inside. So we're gonna remove this thumbsticks right here. We're gonna remove both of them because we need some place when we will open up the rest of the controller. And what we can see right here is that there is that gray part missing here on the side of the controller. There's supposed to be a gray part holding this in place. You can see it on the other side right here, and there is none on this side right here. So this is the first thing I can see. For the rest of it, we will need to open the controller a bit more. Oh, I see the gray part is here. We will need to open the controller a bit more in order to see what is wrong. I'm just wondering if we can put this back in place. It doesn't seem to be broken or anything, but we will see. So we're gonna remove the back plate of it. This is probably what was doing the rattling noise. So here is the back of the controller. Now we're gonna remove the two screws that are holding the back this PCB in place, so we can take a look further to the joysticks. There we go. By the way, there is a T8 screw on the outside of the controller, and there is T6 screw inside. So this is pretty annoying because you need to have at least two screwdrivers to be able to open this up. And what I can also notice is that this rumble motor has gray and black wires, and usually they are red and black. I don't know if this is because it's an older version of the Xbox One controller, but I still find it strange. Anyway, this controller was never opened before, so it's probably normal. So we're gonna lift this up. We're going to go a bit slowly, making sure we're not breaking anything. This one is pretty hard to lift. Here we go. I get it. Okay, so we're gonna try to wiggle our way out. Oh, I see. These are not the same as on the other. This is gonna be a bit more complicated. We do not have a lot of wiggle room. We might need to unsolder some rumble motors in order to be able to even lift this up. Let's try something. So I'm getting it out of the way. Yeah, I managed to do it. So we're gonna take a look closer. So on this side, it'll look fine. On the other side too. I'm just gonna see if we can put back this plastic piece. So it's going that way. I still don't know how it managed to get out of there, but now it's back in place, and that's the important. I will take the other tweezer as it has some bigger it's still not firmly in place, but yeah, it's that part here that I would like to we'll try it another way around. So we're gonna try, oops, sorry, this is really small, so it's hard to do it. I'm gonna try to wrap it around like this. Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, definitely better now. Still not sure if it's better or not. For the moment, it just seems to be like jammed there. Well, here we go. Now it's in place. Yeah, firmly in place and firmly clips in. Do you think that this is all what was doing the drift? I'm not sure about this. Just gonna try something now. Yeah, it's gonna fall back off if I put it in. Oh, this is strange. I will try with another one I have here. I think I might need to change the whole analog stick module, because both of them were not doing anything. They might be both broken. Let's try it back. Yeah, this is garbage. It will not hold in place correctly, I think. So what I could do is change the old analog stick module, but this is gonna be a bit complicated. I will take a look at it off camera, try it again, and I will tell you what I will be doing next. I've put my soldering setup on. Basically, this is just card box to allow you a closer view. What we're going to do is that we're gonna change this joysticks right here. Basically, I wasn't able to put any other gray part here to support this the button, so it doesn't feel weird when you're playing with the controller. So just to make sure that the player have a perfect experience while playing with this controller, we're gonna change the old joystick module right here. I think I'm actually gonna keep the potentiometer. I think they just need a good clean, and I think it's better if you can have the original one on here instead of a new one, because they can have some different sensibility. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna remove those potentiometer from the joystick model. In order to do so, these have 3 pins, one at the bottom and 2 at the top. So what I would like to do is to insert a small flathead screwdriver right here, and to work my way around a bit like that. in order to lift the potentiometer slowly but surely. And these doesn't come off a lot. It's mainly because there is not enough wiggle space right here. Oops, sorry, this setup is new. It's because they don't have a lot of wiggle space right here where I'm pointing with my screwdriver, so they can go really back and forth, but this is not a problem. I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one. I hope that we will have enough space to make it drop. Okay, so this one is on the other side. I'll try to give you a good angle. So we're gonna do the same thing. Here we go, slowly, but we're gonna have it. And I really hope that you appreciate that I give you some more visual space like that, some better view, because it's really harder for me. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna unsolder these 3 pin right here and these one right here, and we're gonna make the potentiometer drop. After that, we will have to solder the rest of the pin that is holding the joystick in place, and I hope that it's not going to give us too much resistance, because changing this model is pretty hard if you don't have a hot air soldering station like me. We're gonna be ready for an attempt at this repair, so let's go. I'm trying not to burn anything actually with my iron, because this would be unfortunate. So I'm just gonna add on some I'm just gonna add in some solder right there. Fresh solder always helps the solder to flow, so it's easier to remove. And I'm actually gonna put a lot here because I'm hoping for it to fall out. So let's go. Actually, this one doesn't seem to move at all. So I'm gonna grab the solder sucker. Maybe I will try to wiggle a bit with it just to see if it's doing something. No, it's firmly in place, so even like that, it's surprising me. I think it's still gripped to the yeah, give me a moment. I try to give it a bit more space in order to make it fall easily. Let's try it again. Yeah, this, I can feel it now. Yeah, just slowly but surely. Just like that. There we go, it's fallen off. We're gonna clean the solder now. I'm trying to give you the best view I can, but it can be difficult. I'm gonna move that a bit over here. There we go. We have all the old air. So this is gonna be ready just like that. You see, you can see my finger below it. So this is good, and we're able to reinsert it just like that if needed. So this is pretty nice. I'm gonna give it a good clean. I'm also gonna clean the potentiometer off camera just to make sure that everything is well. I took the other one off camera. As you can see, we now have 6 perfect hole right here that we will use to put back that potentiometer on later. Now we're gonna try to get the other one out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do all of them on camera because these can be pretty annoying. What I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna add some fresh shoulder to all of them. It's supposed to be easier to remove them when we put some fresh shoulder on. Just like these. Just like that. So we're gonna try a first one to see how we're doing. Just like this one. Putting the iron first and then the solder sucker. And I didn't have enough space to do it correctly. We're gonna do it again. Okay. Trying to do a bit more like there. So you understand what I was saying when I said it could be pretty annoying. I'm gonna try another one. I think this one I will get it. Okay. So we can see a bit through it, but the solder is not fully removed. Yep. I'm gonna try something off camera and see if this works. Nope, it didn't work. So we're gonna try with the smaller one. Putting the iron first and then trying to remove all that solder. I'm gonna try something else. After a lot of work with the soldering iron and the solder sucker, I managed to arrive to this point. You see there is some hole, and I think we can finish the job with the wick because it's still not coming off. These might be still a bit attached to the pin might still be attached to the side, to some side of the motherboard. So for this I'm gonna use the wick, and we're gonna try to see if we can remove the solder that is left in place. So we're gonna try to do it the best we can. So I hate it when the wick stick to the board like this. I don't want it to rip traces off. So I'm gonna put some more heat to dislodge it, because if I pull too hard, it's gonna take the traces with it. This is why I don't like to do these repair. Okay. Yeah, it's still attached there. Just like that. So I assume this... Oh, I think it's still cleaned it pretty well. I will see if I can move the pin just to see if it's still attached to the board or not. Actually, I think they start to get off the board. Yeah, it's the case. It's starting to lift up slowly. Oh yeah. Here we go. We can move this now. So I'm gonna try to spot where it's moving and where it's not. This one here doesn't seem to be moving, so wait a minute. Yeah. This one here doesn't seem to be moving, so we're gonna go with the wick. Actually, I think I'm gonna cut this part off later, but I will need to cut it because I don't like the way it is. So I'm gonna just put this right here. Gonna hold this in place with the tweezers and gonna apply some heat just there, trying to get rid of what could be left. I think I've succeeded, and as usual the wick is kinda in the way. Okay, it's okay. So I'm gonna move this again. Actually, I have difficulty to spot where it's moving and where it's not. The big one seems to be free. This one here need to be clean. So let's try with some wick. We'll try to place it the other way around. Still looking. Still don't think it's moving. Yeah, definitely it's still up on the side, so we're gonna try again. This one is really annoying. I'm gonna cut a piece of wick and I'm gonna try again. Let's see if this is gonna work. So I'm gonna just put it there. just like this, and I'm gonna try to grab as much as I can. Of solder that is on this side. I think we grabbed some, but look at the wick. Maybe it wasn't a good idea. Let's see again. It's still trapped there. So I'm gonna try to put a bit more solder, and I'm gonna try again with the solder sucker because I'm not able to do that one. So back to the beginning. This I'm really not well placed to show you this. Oh, might be better actually. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's moving now. It's moving. Okay, I can get this one out. Oh, here we go. It's out now. So I'm just gonna make a quick test with the motherboard to see if we... Actually, I don't need to do it, but I could plug it in to see if we break anything. But this piece is out. We're gonna put the new one in. I'm gonna clean before, I think. I'm gonna clean a bit with isopropyl alcohol and the Q-tips. And after that, this one will definitely be fixed. So Q-tips with isopropyl alcohol, and I'm just gonna remove a bit everywhere. And actually I think that it's the first time that I do this repair without ripping any traces off. I don't know how many controller I destroy. Actually maybe a few of these, but you see how annoying it can be when you just have a soldering iron to try to do this one. Just removing a bit of the excess of flux, making sure not to break anything. So I'm gonna remove the... Yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I did here. I could not be more proud of myself. Let's hope it's gonna fix the issue for good. So here we have our replacement in analog stick, and what I'm gonna do right now is that I'm gonna remove the potentiometer on the side. Usually when they're removed you can take them by the bottom right there, just like that. Easier. But when they are soldered to the motherboard, it's not the best way to do it. So just like that, and I'm gonna put the original one, because I want to make sure that we get some proper respawn. Actually, I just needed to replace the joystick itself, so I just want to make sure everything is really good to make the best gaming experience possible. So I'm gonna make sure all the pins are the straighter possible, and I'm gonna reinsert it back in the motherboard. So this side, you see how clean this side is? Pretty cool. So I can already see that this one will not fit correctly. These are metal pin, you know, so sometime just gonna adjust something. There we go. So let's try this one slowly. Okay, I'm just gonna see where it's not working. Actually, I'm gonna remove the card box a little bit. I'm gonna put them back on when we're gonna solder. Soldering is a lot easier than unsoldering. So just give me a moment. Some potentiometer drop. So the soldering part will be a lot quicker. Trying not to burn myself with the iron, I will put it there. Okay, so let's see what is not working. All the pins of the buttons does not fit for the moment. So let's go. We're gonna try to replace them with the tweezer. By the way, this is normal because sometime in transport it will be really hard to keep all those pins perfectly straight. Oh, I think I got it. Here we go. Now it's in. It's in everywhere. Don't see anything bad. So I'm gonna solder this back on. I will bring you back the card box just so you can have a better view, but it's gonna be pretty simple. From now on, I'm almost considering this controller to be fixed. So here are the card boxes. Just like that. Here it is. I'm gonna take some solder and we're gonna do the reverse that we did before. So some soldering here, here, this is pretty easy to do, a lot easier than to unsolder them, as you can see. Sorry if you can see well, but we're halfway done. Not putting too much, just enough so it can do the job. Just like that, we're almost done. Just gonna try to recover some here. There's some places that were a bit much. Gonna add a tiny bit here. I'm trying to avoid to have too much shoulder on my iron. Oops, sorry. This one is done. And this last one, I don't know why, but solder is not sticking on one side. Did we rip something off? Okay, I get it. Perfect, so here we go. The soldering iron job is almost done. I will still have to resolder some wire, but once it's done, I can test this controller and we will finally go for the testing. So I will reassemble everything back and we will skip right for the testing. But before, I will let you take a look at this soldering job. I think I did it pretty well. The controller is now fully reassembled with a nice back cover, which was missing originally. And we will see if our repair works or if it didn't and we need to start over. I'm gonna open the testing device. The controller lights up. It's always good news. Okay, so the testing device is now open. So let's go with the button first. There is no reason why the button would not be working, but it's always good to take a look at these. The D-pad. Okay, and now the joystick. This one is still working really good. Yeah, this is how we would like a controller to work. And same thing with this joystick. We absolutely have no problem with it, even when it's pressed in. Sorry if it seems a bit laggy. I think I have some problem with my camera, but we have what we wanted to see. And yeah, this one is working pretty well. So we have a nice fix on this day one controller edition. And I hope that you enjoyed this video and have a nice day.